Just want to give you guys a quick update as to where I'm at since that first video, the 6.5 week challenge. So that was April 27th. Today's May 6th. I did a scan this morning. I'm about the same weight, which is fine. I felt like I was kind of bloated in the last one, and even today, for some reason, like yesterday, I weighed in at 145.4, something like that. So 147.2. My body fat did drop about 1%. My muscle mass went up by 0.7, which is good. So moving in the right direction. Everything else is pretty much the same. I've been eating maintenance level calories, so about 2,500 calories per day, and lots and lots of carbs. So if you follow me on Facebook or on Snapchat or anything like that, you know I eat a shitload of ice cream, not really ice cream, frozen yogurt, and cookies and brownies and stuff like that. It's like my daily evening snack to get in the amount of carbs that I need to eat to gain weight. For me, I get to eat tons and tons of carbs. Great for me, not so great for Andrea, who hates it because she's eating salad and I'm like posting photos from the kitchen and she sees them on her phone. She's like, what? I was kind of using this week to get back into to lean out a bit. So last week was a deload, meaning I wasn't training that much. So I was putting on a little bit of extra poundage simply because I didn't want to reduce my calories that much. This week, kept my calories about the same, but because I'm going back to training at the normal amount and the normal volume, all that extra energy burns up the calories, so I don't have to reduce my calories to get lean. One way to do that is to increase your activity. Everyone wants to reduce their food, which sucks, but you can also increase your energy or your energy expenditure to burn more calories and not have to change your diet. So that's what I did. It's working. I got a little bit of leaner. My weight has been steady-ish. It declined over the last few days to 145. Today I was 147. Like I said, I don't know why. Maybe I'm bloated. I ate a Cinnabon yesterday, so I don't know. Don't usually have that in my diet, so maybe that affected me. Or I had some hot sauce. Hot sauce has sodium, and sodium makes you carry water, so maybe that's it. But anyway, so today I'm gonna take you through my workout. So usually I don't, you see like clips of my workout, but today I wanna take you through every exercise of my workout. I have 1.5-ish hours, so let's see how much I get done. So I started the workout with Sumo deadlifts. So here's 95 pounds. Don't get it confused. Those big black plates are only 25s. They're Olympic plates. So this is 95 pounds. But regardless of how heavy your deadlift is, you want to be warming up properly. I don't always warm up properly because sometimes I want to get in and go. But when I have time, I make sure that I still start pretty light. And even the heaviest deadlifters in the world will always start with a really light weight relative to them. So you see here is 145 pounds. Sorry, the math kind of weird with 25s on each side. And here's 185 on the bar. So you can see that no matter what the weight is, whether it's light for me or it's heavy or a maximum attempt, I always set up the same way. I treat every weight as if it's my 1 rep max. So technique has to be on point, and that's really the way that you're gonna practice. So all these reps, just because they're light doesn't mean that you can half-ass them, half-ass your technique and waste them, right? It's a good time to get in practice, like quality practice reps. This is 235. So this is my first working set, and I think I only show 1 or 2 of these sets. I ended up doing 5 sets of 6 with this weight, 265, which is not super heavy, but I haven't deadlifted in over a week. I had a deload, and then I think it took me a while to get back into the deadlifts because of my workouts were short on time. So this is my first real working day of deadlifts in almost 2 weeks. And here's a side angle just to check out my back and check out my technique. A little bit of rounding in my back is okay, which is what I was looking for, and I think in this clip there's like a tiny bit of rounding, but it's completely fine. One thing I do is I try and treat every single rep as its own single. So even though I'm doing 6 reps, I'm treating it as 6 sets of 1. I don't want to get in the habit of just trying to bang out the reps and losing my technique along the way. So I set my lats, fire my core up, and I'm conscious of where I'm pushing through the floor, and I'm conscious of my technique the whole way through. So after sumo deadlifts, I moved on to squats. I deadlifted, today's my heavy deadlift day, so this is a volume squat kind of day for me. I do 5 sets of 12 on this day, so this is the highest amount of reps that I'll do with my squats throughout the week. Because my deadlifts are heavy on this day, I keep my squats really light, and the higher you put your reps on any exercise, the lower weight that you have to use. So I did 5 sets of 12 at 160 pounds. This is my first working set shown here. I've always been predominantly a low bar squatter, which means I carry the bar lower on my traps or on my back as opposed to higher on my traps. It does change your technique. So when you have the bar lower, you have more of a forward lean in your torso. You can use your hips more, but it's also more of a strain on your low back. And that's generally just been the most comfortable position for me. As you can see here, I break parallel with room to spare. My normal technique, I've worked on moving my stance out over the last few months. My normal technique, how I competed in my last 2 powerlifting meets was with a more narrow stance, and I go deep, so like incredibly deep, but all that is wasted distance if the lift only needs to get just past parallel. I would go like almost sitting on the floor. So in order to help with my efficiency in competition, I worked on changing my technique and shortening the range of motion, so I only go as far as I need to go without wasting energy. Here we got the worst exercise on the planet. Well, one of the worst. Single leg squats or rear foot elevated split squats. If you've done them, you can attest to what I'm saying. I did 3 sets of 8 with 35 pounds in each hand. Nothing super heavy. I took it light because I haven't done these in a while, and they are known to cause insane soreness. Usually I use 30s for sets of 15, so 35 for sets of 8 was just to get back into it. But I find that when I have these in my program, my squats feel way more stable. I ended up doing 3 sets. I cut out my stiff leg deadlifts for this workout, which I usually do because I didn't have time. So I went straight to barbell rows. This is 135 on the bar. Had to move my grip out a bit, it was hurting my wrist. I ended up doing 3 sets of those. Here's a little pull-up / back progress check. I've been starting to pause all of my pull-ups and other back work in the contracted position, and I find it allows me to use lighter weight and get the most out of the lighter weight and improve my technique.